Hey guys, channel update number 9, for those who are counting. I do one of these every once in a while when there are questions, changes, stuff going on that might benefit from a little bit of global clarification, and this is one of those times. So, before we get started, the game you're watching is The Last Remnant. This is not a new game, it's actually one of my favorite games. It's 5 or 6 years old now. As you'll see, it has some of the most spectacular combat that I've ever seen, especially when things get cranked up. On to the point. First and foremost, the question that's coming up the most, what's going on with the Robocraft content? Nothing. No change. Except that I'm not doing it as often as I have been in the past because, frankly, it's very stale for me right now. It's very, very difficult and time-consuming to save up for all of the materials necessary to build a proper megabot, and in the meantime, there's no RP left for components for tier 10 builds. Now, at some point in the not-too-distant future, there could be tier 10 prisms available that we could use for a tier 10 build while we're waiting for enough prisms to build a megabot. But for right now, it's very, very difficult to justify spending more on materials for a tier 10 bot, and even going down in tier to build a bot and then use it in matches. It's the catch-22. It's you play the tier 10 game and you get the most RP possible, you know, the most bang for your buck, even if you don't really like the tier 10 game, or you go down into a game style that's a little bit more enjoyable for you, cheaper to build bots, but the reward is reduced at the same time. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So what we're looking at is basically a reduction in Robocraft content until the new game mode comes out, and then we'll be looking at more regular content. Our beginner's guide, we're going to be finishing that off, basically incorporating all of the new gameplay mode features, explaining that alongside the general kind of strategy. Remember a spot, work with your team, yada 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 yada, all the things that we want new players to be absorbing as soon as possible and making a part of the regular gameplay experience. And that's basically what we're doing with Robocraft. So whenever that new game mode comes out is when you can expect to see an increase in the amount of Robocraft content. In the meantime, between now and then, I wouldn't be expecting to see a whole lot, realistically speaking. Moving on from that, we have Besiege, which is all of the things that I love about building. It's the problem solving, and it's all the different things, learning how to make everything work together the way that we want it to get the outcome that we're looking for. But it doesn't necessarily work the first try, and if it's not working, we can't really release a whole lot of content around the projects that we're building. I've been working on a very, very simple thing. I don't want to give away too many details, for the last 2 days, and it's so simple. It's such a simple thing, but making it actually work with the tools available in the vanilla game is not that straightforward. So the end result is it takes longer to get the content out, which is, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with releasing less content if it means that the quality is a little bit higher than if we're just pushing out videos on a day-to-day basis for the sake of saying we're doing a video a day or whatever. I've seen what happens to much larger YouTubers than I when they just start jamming out content for the sake of saying they're releasing X number of videos within a certain period of time. And I don't want to be like that. So Besiege is going to kind of come out when we've got something that's complete to the extent that we can demonstrate it. Even if it's a very simple thing that only takes a few minutes to show off, then that's, you know, that's what it is. But trust me, if it takes 3 days to come out with that simple thing, then it's probably going to save some other people a ton of time if they want to duplicate something similar as well. So that's that. Dark Souls, I haven't forgotten. I actually went and did a little bit of pre-work, so to speak. There was a guy that I had to go talk to so that he would go back to the main area in the event that I should get cursed. Looking forward to the next boss a little bit. And it took me almost 2 hours just to do that, between the trying to find him and the dying. It was quite an ordeal. But it's done now, and now it's just a matter of sitting down and working our way through to the next boss, and then after that we're going to do the DLC bosses, and then the final boss. I have no urgent plans to be pushing out the videos. They're basically going to happen when I get the urge to play, which clearly isn't all that often, but it is something in the back of my mind. We're going to finish that series one way or another. And then there's also something in the back of my mind that I would like to start another series, something that we can do a little bit more regularly, that doesn't rely on grinding, it doesn't rely on resources to produce episodes, and it doesn't even necessarily rely so much on puzzle solving, like with Besiege. Something that we can do on a regular basis. It's lighthearted, just having some fun, and hopefully the kind of thing that a broad spectrum of people might be able to enjoy without necessarily going for the next flavor of the month game. I know The Witcher 3 is just around the corner, and I would love to play that game, but I think with my current computer, I would probably only be able to manage sort of medium settings and not really doing the game justice. And there's going to be so many people doing that game as soon as it comes out that it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, I could do it, but I would rather wait till later in the year when I build a new PC and then do the higher end games then when they actually look half decent. So those are the plans. Really simple, straightforward, nothing crazy. But like I say, I've been noticing a lot of questions every time I post a new video. There's someone asking, "You're not doing Robocraft anymore?" Yes, we are. We're just we're not doing it every day. So if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them. I'll answer them as best I can. And we'll see you in the next game-related video. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.